are y'all? I'm sure we'll have some more coming in just a minute. Thank you, John. Okay. Come on, Brett. All right. How is everyone? Good. That was terrible. Y'all okay? Yeah. Everybody good? John? I don't know. Y'all want a little more profit share or y'all want an elevator? Y'all pick.
Profit share.
Okay. It's up to y'all.
We moved the meeting room down.
Good morning. Marlissa, I said good morning to you a second ago. Christy, we might have somebody else hop on. Let's go ahead and get started. So let's start with gratitude. Good morning, Jackie. Okay, who wants to start? What are y'all thankful for? Hey, John.
I'll go first. I'm thankful for the ability to be able to travel.
Amen. Where'd you just get back from?
Asheville.
How long were you there?
We were there 4 days.
Only.
Yeah. Only 3 nights. 3 nights, 4 days. 2, which is traveling. So, 2 days. But we had a great time.
Good. I've never been there. One day. Who else? I'll go. Mine's not work related, but I am extremely grateful for my husband. He has helped me to become the best version of myself.
Yay.
He don't like to wow. He like, don't be that wife that always talks about her husband. Please don't be that person. But I'm extremely grateful for him.
I'm grateful. Got to spend time with my son, his wife, at their wedding, and now they're at the airport on their way to Korea
Wow.
right now, getting ready to board.
Sure you Sam?
I don't even know how I feel. It'll hit me. It'll hit me.
Anybody on Zoom? Gratitude. What are y'all grateful for? Christy, Jackie, or Alyssa?
I'm grateful for just our schedules, that we have the opportunity to just kind of do our own. Well, I know we work 7 days a week, but we are able to kind of go and do our own schedules, and it's not an 8 to 5 job.
Shout out to Carol Peak for like whenever I called her to assist with a PC class, she was like, no problem, she made it happen. Grateful for Tim. The baby, whenever I sent something to that email box, baby, 5 minutes later, I'm thankful for Jessica. She always is always positive, and sometimes I be having a bad day because I have a bad day. And she talks me off the ledge, so I don't go to jail. And yeah, Susan is not here to bail me out, but Tim did say that he would come get me. So just thankful for everybody. Thankful for Jess. I've been stuck on the side of the road. I ran out of gas, and I did. So, Jess went and got a gas judge and came and got me. So I'm just really thankful for this group of folks. I had a situation, coach was gonna help me out with something, but I was ended up going to leadership, and Mike when he showed a plan for me. So it's just this group and this culture all together that I'm really, really grateful for. Okay, everybody.
I had to talk somebody else off the ledge yesterday too. It's not just you. And they're in this room.
Hey, Jessica.
Anybody else? Christy,
Jessica.
Alyssa, Jackie, y'all got anything?
Can you hear me? Jessica, can you hear me?
Move y'all out of the way so we can see.
Can
Okay.
you hear me?
They are talking.
2 seconds. I know what's going on. Okay, it was my fault. Try it again.
Can you hear me now?
Yes. Hi.
Yay. Hi, everybody. I am grateful that school is getting ready to start. Woohoo. So yes, there will be an immediate and evident decrease in grocery bills, an immediate and readily noticeable being able to work more. So I'm grateful for that.
I think a lot of people are. Anybody else?
I think Christie was on.
I know, Chrissy, I didn't have it set up right, so if you wanted to say something, go ahead, we can hear you now.
Okay, no, I was just gonna say I'm thankful for our partnership. I had to get Tim involved with some things yesterday, so I'm grateful that we have each other's backs and can talk each other down. And I'm also grateful for the not 8 to 5 job anymore.
Amen. Well, I guess I can't say amen to that, but I get it. All right, anybody else? Yeah. Anybody else?
I'm grateful for chargers, for that to charge my car and get your battery.
Did you have to buy a battery?
I probably would.
I had to do that about 3 weeks ago. So,
Well,
hey, Miss Olivia.
Well, I'm grateful for all of you. Looks like we're gonna have second best month on record this month, so awesome.
If everyone in your downline is not capped, you should have a nice profit share check, maybe.
Yeah.
How are you, Miss Olivia? All right, has everybody got a pen and a paper? I know most of y'all do. Not
Oh, I'm not invited.
everybody got a pen and a paper? No. Who does not? Jess. Didn't we do this at leadership? If they said pen and paper, you're like, I don't know. Oh, I don't do bring notepad.
all you note takers.
Hang on, Miss Olivia. Those of you on Zoom, get a pen and a paper ready. Please. Oh. While y'all doing that, we'll go on to the next slide. We'll need this in just a minute. Miss Olivia, you need a pen? Hoo-wee. Okay, so who is, I know we've had this conversation before, but if you're not going to Mega Camp in person, are you going to do it digitally? Digitally.
I'd like to do it this week. Tell me how that works as far as scheduling time. You just log in and
It's an all-day thing, the 23rd and the 24th.
all day.
And it's $149 digitally. And if a lot of y'all do it and y'all want to watch it together, you can, or if it's easier for you to do it from home or in your car or whatever, however you want to do it. If y'all want to watch it here together, you can. But if you don't pay for it digitally, you can't come up here and watch it and let us do that. They will let us buy it for one person and all of us come up here. So
That's not like your Netflix.
no. No, unfortunately, it's not. Any questions about Mega Camp? I know I'm going, this is for agents only, this is not leadership, but I'm going, Crystal's going, Ken and Misty Danos are going, Trina Shelton's going, and I think Trina is bringing a non-KW agent, supposed to be. So I'm excited, it's gonna be fun. Oh, it worked. Okay, tomorrow morning, I know that y'all are already here this morning, but we're having our first KWCO agent meet and mingle in the morning. Fairway Mortgage, Pam Boyd, I think. Is it Pam Boyd that's doing it?
Yeah.
Yes, Pam Boyd with Fairway Mortgage is going to provide breakfast. So I started a poll last night. So if you plan on being here and you want to eat, please vote in that poll. If you vote in the group me and not in the poll and I don't see it, and I don't order enough food, don't be mad at me. It's a vote in the poll, please. This is just for, I think because we're growing so quickly, we're up to 93 agents, give or take. We've had some, come and go in the past few days, but come and meet your fellow agents. Why not? Why not know who you're working with, And for newer agents, talk to a seasoned agent, get advice from them. Seasoned agents, I encourage you to come and give the new agents advice, because don't forget about how you felt when you were a new agent. You had no clue what to do, and you just wanted somebody to help you give you advice. So please come if you can be here in the morning. Even if
We
you don't
cried a lot of tears.
do what?
I said we cried a lot of tears as new agents.
Yes, I did too. All right, any questions about that? Who's thinking that they can make it in the morning? Okay, just checking. Who thinks that they will be able to make it to the meet and mingle in the morning? Where are you gonna be at? Okay, you know that hand up. I'm just checking. Good morning, Mary Kay. Hey, Tracy. Okay, so we're going to start, aside from our meet and mingle, we're gonna do it the first Wednesday of every month. Because we have new agents coming on every single month. And if you don't make it to this one, you'll meet somebody you didn't meet at the one before. So try to come to them each month if you can. I understand we're busy, you can't make it every one, but try to make it some and introduce yourself and meet who you work with. First Wednesday of every month, we're gonna start doing that. And then we're going to start doing a quarterly KWCL social. So our first one is September the 8th. We're going to do it at Folklore Brewery. It's kid friendly. You can bring your kids. They have a little playground area. Pets are welcome. All that good stuff. Chad Bright with Partners Mortgage is going to sponsor the event for us, and he's going to give every agent one free drink ticket. Bring your spouse, bring your kids, dog, whoever, and let's just socialize together. We're going to do that every quarter. It may not be at Folklore every time. We haven't gotten that far yet, but the first one's going to be at Folklore. It's the Thursday night. And I will resend that poll that I sent out last week. So if you do not have to do the tour, but if you want to do the tour, it's $10, and then they give you a souvenir Folklore glass. Yes, ma'am. I didn't put the address on there. Thank you. Because it's not like I'll go down this road and take a right. It's in the cut a little bit. But has anybody ever been to Folklore? It is, and when you first pull up, you're gonna be like, when you start pulling in and you see like the toilets on the side of the road, you're like, where is that? It is so much fun. It's laid back. They actually built the building with scrap metal that they had. Like, they tried not to spend much money to get it started, and it's grown a lot over the past few years. But it's a lot of fun. They also have a cafe, so if you want to eat there that night, you can. They have beer and they have mead. If you don't know what mead is, it's a type of wine that's made from honey, I believe. Yes. So yeah, and you don't have to drink, and we're giving you one free drink ticket, so whatever you do after that is on you. I love it. Okay. So I'm excited. Anybody think they're going to come to that? September 8th is a Thursday night. What are the chances of you coming? Yes, no, maybe so. Okay. Okay, good. All right, you got your pen and paper out? Ma'am? Another pen and paper? Hey, Susan, you got a pen and paper? Anybody have an extra pen? Yeah, you already did. That's right. Yeah. Here you go, Susan. Well, I forgot you already did it, so you don't have to. I think so. Does everybody have a pen and a paper? Everybody good? Tim, where's your pen and paper?
You got it.
Okay, so at the quarterly meeting that we went to last week, they made us do this. I really liked it. It's not going to put you on the spot. It's nothing embarrassing, so don't freak out. But I want you to draw 3 circles just like that. It's not gonna be pretty, so just deal with it. But go ahead and draw 3 circles just like that, connecting with each other. Please and thank you. Are y'all participating on Zoom? Hopefully.
Sure.
Oh, them cameras turned off. I can't see what you're doing. All right, everybody got their circles drawn? Okay, so in the top left circle, I want you to write the word mindset. Me and John stared at this word yesterday so much that it started to look like it was spelled wrong. Mindset. The top left circle, write mindset. Okay? Top right circle, I want you to write actions. And then under mindset, I want you to write be, and under actions, I want you to write do. Does anybody remember what the bold law used to be about be and do? Okay, that's what it is now. What did it used to be? Do you remember? Before they changed it to be, do, achieve? You know, it's okay. It used to be do, have, but they changed it to be, do, achieve, because if you have something, somebody can take it away from you. But if you achieve something, nobody can ever take that away from you. Be, do, achieve. And then bottom one, I want you to write results. And obviously achieve underneath. Some are faster writers than others. Overachievers. Tim, how are your circles coming? Okay, so when you think about your mindset, I want you to think about what, like when you wake up in the mornings, what is your mindset? Do you start out with gratitude? Do you start out with prayer? What do you do to get your mind ready? Do you listen to motivational speeches? Or do you just roll out of bed, get straight on your phone, go to the bathroom, get in the shower, and you don't even prepare for the day? Do you prepare for the day? You don't have to tell me. I mean, you can if you want to. So when you think about your mindset, I want you to think on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being absolutely nothing. I get up in the mornings, I hate my life, I don't even want to go to work. 10 being you actually prepare yourself for the day. Okay? What does your mindset look like? And I want you to write the number in this. You can write it wherever you want, it don't matter, but somewhere in this circle, write your number down. Don't tell me what it is. Scale of 1 to 10 and be honest with yourself. Everybody got their number? Yeah, thank you, Miss Olivia. All right, so I want you to think on your action. So whether you have your mindset, you know, on at a 1 or a 10, on your actions every day, do you plan out what you're going to do for the day? You might have, and a lot of us are guilty of this, just like whenever we go to family reunion or mega camp, we get all these great ideas, but do we actually take action and do something with it? So on a scale of 1 to 10, what do your actions look like? Be honest with yourself. Scale of 1 to 10.
Plan your day.
Yeah, do you, well, one, I mean, I don't know, it can be a lot of different things. Do you plan your day? And then let's say if you do plan your day, do you actually follow that list and do what you say you're going to do? What do your actions look like every day? Got your number? Everybody got their number? Yeah. Okay. I want you to take those 2 numbers and I want you to multiply them together. Use your calculator. I had to. John did. John was like, I got you. What's your name? Multiply them together.
It's not hard. It's not hard.
Hey, don't make the rest of us feel like we're worthless. Please and thank you. When I was able to count, I was like, okay, 36, that's my name. Everybody count that quick. Everybody got your number? So that number is going to represent what your results look like. If your mindset is where it needs to be and your actions are where it needs to be, that's what your number is going to be for what your results and what you're going to achieve every day. Anybody want to share their number?
Like a percentage or like that?
No, it's just a score. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
just a score.
100 means you're.
Yeah, 100 meaning you do everything your mindset is 100%, what you do is 100%. This is not to make you feel bad at all. This is to make you think about what is it? And if you're honest with yourself, I mean, it's okay. Do y'all want to know what my number was? It's pretty rough. 48. Lower than that. 48.
Let's also mention that Dusty said that when he first did this exercise,
Yeah.
his total for one of them was 2.
Oh, mine was an 8.
Yeah, because his mindset at that time I think his mindset was a 2, his actions were a 1. So it's just something to think about. Anybody want to share their number? I told you my embarrassing number. 32. Thank you, Tim. Yours is 24? Huh? Scale of 1 to 10 on each side and then multiply them together. Do what now?
No, it's 81. I can't get myself.
Share my number.
Yeah, share your number if you want to.
My number today, past 2 weeks has been, total 60.
Total what? 16? What were your numbers on mindset and action? If you don't mind sharing. 4 on both of them.
I've been on vacation. I just had a refund, so coming back today.
Yeah.
And yesterday is trying to get back. So my mindset is like, have y'all seen this little meme that says, I'm up. I'm good. I'm up. Yeah. So I'm getting back there. But that's just what I am.
All right, anybody else want to share what their number is? Like I said, you don't have to. Okay, is that it? Sister, what was your number? Of course it was. And honestly, I think sometimes, like, if we're honest with ourselves, we're harder on ourselves than anybody else is. Because Miranda was sitting next to me and saw me put it down. She was like, what? No, that's not, you're being too hard on yourself. But that's how I feel. I don't feel like my mindset is the way that it should be every morning. It's something you have to work at. You have to discipline yourself.
My personal,
Go ahead, what?
my personal takeaway from that is the cool thing about it is a sliding scale, right? If you are a very high functioning person, you are a very driven and motivated person, you may score a 30 and your 30 may look like somebody else's 90 because these are the goals you set for yourself.
Mhm.
So I think it's one of those things where it fluctuates a lot by like what's going on in your life at any given time.
My number was very low. I got it 14. The reason is because when I get up, I would not give myself to 1. I change it for 1, for 2. I don't hate myself, but I'm like, the first thing I just want to drink my coffee. Everybody, please leave me alone.
You're like,
I don't want to go to jail. Don't talk to me. My daughter coming out to the door. I just pick up my coffee cup. I say, I haven't finished. I say, I'm dangerous. but then after that, once I get into my to list,
Yeah.
you can keep up with me. I feel like that,
Yeah.
sometimes, and sometimes not yesterday. But in the morning, no, I'm like, my
Yeah,
mind
and-
is blank.
right. And in the mornings, like, I mean, you not being a morning person, don't feel like that's part of your mindset. You're just not a morning person. There's a lot of people that aren't. But after you get your cup of coffee, then what does your mindset look like? It's just something to think about. How does that number make you feel? Okay. Anybody else? Anybody on Zoom? How did your number make you feel?
It makes me reflect on the things that I need to be more proactive about, getting up, getting started, making a routine. Now that Adeline is back in daycare, woohoo.
Yes.
I can get back into that routine of getting up. I know Miss Olivia told me when I first started that her routine was get up every morning, look at Navica, and I've had to go back old school on some of my things too. Of when you get 2 or 3 different buyers, I have them on a notepad. I just kind of look. I get on Navigator every morning and I look to see, okay, is there a house that fits this buyer? And I have old school went back to folders with all my paperwork in it, and I just go through it every day of looking to, have I ordered the home inspection? Have I, where's the appraisal at? So it puts me in perspective of I really need to get better focused on something.
Yeah. John made a comment yesterday about, and what made me think about this is you saying, and this Olivia told you every morning when you wake up, look at Navica. And it made me think about something John said yesterday with a shifting market. Go back to the basics. And it sounds like waking up and looking at Navica is something very simple. Going back to the basics, look at Navica, see what's going on in the market.
Exactly.
Sorry to get sidetracked, but that just made me think about what John said. Anybody else? No? Who can change that number?
Jessica, what was the third
Yes.
circle for?
That was your results.
Well, I done failed the test because I didn't have the right circles in the right place.
Did you not see it?
No, all I see is your bum.
Ow.
We're not screen sharing with them.
Can y'all see my screen? It says I'm screen sharing.
No, all I see is all my beautiful friends out there. That's it.
Hit Alt Tab.
Hit what?
Alt Tab.
John said hit Alt Tab.
I was gonna say I can see the screen.
Oh, there it is.
Who's the problem now?
Well, see, now y'all know what my score is.
Okay, so we know what our number is. We know how that number makes us feel, whether you want to share or not, and that's fine if you don't. Who can change that number? Who? You? How can you change your number? What can we do to change our number?
Go back to the basics. Go back.
Okay, what else?
How you doing, babe?
Try to get
Okay, okay. I said, how you doing, baby?
I think one thing is kind of evaluate, or find out, solutions to whatever problem it is you're facing, whether you're struggling with mindset or you're struggling with action. Find out how, if there's actions, how can you be more productive? Like what steps can you take so that you can get to where you need to be? If it's a mindset shift that's needed, then find out solutions to figure out why you have losing beliefs, or why is it that you can't get over the hurdle, and doing about whatever it takes in order to get there.
Yeah.
I think it helps. What I do like about it is I think it helps focus on where your greatest issue is, right? Because you're not going to be perfect. You're not going to have 10 and 10 on each side. No one is. And if you think that you are, then you probably reevaluate. But your goal is probably way too low. But find out, which area that you need the most improvement on, and then start taking the steps to get 1% better every day.
What is the saying? I want to be
Dog.
better than I was the day before. How does the saying go?
You want to be better today than you were
yesterday. No. Don't compare yourself with
There
who you
was.
want to be better than who you were yesterday.
What?
I didn't know there was a pen down there.
Mary Kay, you're not muted.
Oh, thank you.
Tell your husband we said hi.
Yeah, they say hi. I'm in a meeting. Mhm.
No, I guess not. Anyway, okay. So with what you're struggling with in the morning, somebody give me something like this one thing. Like what can you do in the morning specifically for you, okay, to change your mindset? What do you think? What's something that would help you to get your mindset right?
What I do now or what I can do?
What you do now or what you could do better?
Well, I used to listen to before I got out of bed, I listen to a worship music or I listen to a podcast.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I do before I get out of bed, typically on every morning.
Yeah. I like motivational speeches.
I read one morning that, I read that however you start your day is how the rest of your day is going to be. And also that you wouldn't want 20 million people visiting your house first thing when you woke up. So why would you invite them into your brain, into your heart, into your space when you first woke up? Like, that's because when you pick up your phone and you start scrolling through social media, you invite all of those people that you just interacted with or just took the time to read their stuff. You invited them over
Right.
to your space that first thing in the morning, and you don't want that. You want it to be yourself.
Right.
And how you start your morning is how the rest of your day is going to go. So.
Right. Anybody else?
I think it's good to do a brain dump, maybe, before you go to bed, and just kind of just jot down, here's what I'm looking at for tomorrow. And that way it's off your mind. When you get up, you already have kind of a plan right there.
Yeah.
And then put it in cover.
Whose brain just goes and goes and goes when you lay down in bed?
Don't we all? Yeah.
So does anybody grind their teeth at night like me? Okay, any questions on that? We're gonna do it one more time. Yes?
Sometimes you lay down and all this, you just get up real quick and write it down.
I had to do it. I picked up my phone and put it in my notes so I wouldn't forget if I thought about something. All right, let's do it one more time. Just flip it over on the back. It don't matter. Draw 3 more. Easy. No, ma'am. No negativity. You got it, girl. Use your plate right there. Use that plate if you need to. Can y'all guess what we're about to do? Same thing. You're going to do business, life. Arlissa, can you see this?
Yes,
Y'all know
the
the
coffee
drill.
is kicked in. I'm good.
Okay, good. All right, so the same thing. What do you think your business looks like? Is it where it needs to be? Are you putting everything into it? Same thing. Scale of 1 to 10. What do you think your business looks like right now? Is it where you want it? Why are you bouncing everything? Same thing with your life. What does your life look like? Your personal life? Whether it's your family, are you separating your work and life and actually enjoying your life? Do you like your life? Do you hate your life? Hopefully not. Arms crossed. So we're going to do the same thing. Rate your business 1 to 10. Rate your life 1 to 10, and then multiply the 2 together. And then you have you. That's your score for you. Is this number better? Is it higher or lower than the last one we did? It's lower? Is it lower because of the business side or your life? If you don't mind me asking. Huh? Life side for you is lower? Okay. Same thing. Does anybody want to share their number? 24. Anybody else? Mine was a 42. 64?
She's got it going on.
Yeah. Anybody on Zoom want to share their number? Okay, how does that number make you feel? You need to do what?
My, I don't know, I guess when I first jumped into real estate, I got this went so hard. That's all I did. I didn't see my family. I didn't do anything. Then I worked another full-time job. I just completely set everything out. And like, I had to, yeah. My mom was like, girl, you know, get out here to the family cookout, like stuff like that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do anything. So now I put business down a little bit, even though I'm still working, everything is still busy, but
You have to find the balance somehow. Yeah. What, again, if y'all don't mind me asking, what, out of those two, your business and your life, which one are you, if you don't mind me asking, which one are you more bothered by? Your business or your life? Hmm? Life? Why?
mine is business.
Yours is business?
Because I've gotten used to enjoying life again. So now I gotta kind of pick the business back up.
Yeah. Who can change that number?
I can change it.
All right, how can you change that number? If your business is not where you want it to be, or your life is not exactly how you want it to be, what can you do to change that? And you don't even have to say it out loud, but this is just something to think about right now, what you think you need to do to change those numbers.
I think just like we time block for our business, we need to be able to time block and schedule times to be intentional with our
Mm-hmm.
and our friends.
You do. Because it don't matter how great your business is, no matter how much money you're making, if you're not making time for yourself or your family, whether you have a family or not, it's not. Why do we work and make money if we're not going to be able to enjoy our life? What's the point? Okay, so we went to our quarterly region meeting last week. And we're all going to share a quick aha, nothing like long and drawn out. I'll start. Something that the speaker for us, why am I forgetting his name? Dusty? Yes, Dusty. Huh? Oglesby. That was it, Oglesby. He looked like Joel Osteen. Yes, he did. I like him better though.
Really?
Okay, so this one I was going to share with y'all about the circles though. High achievers do what they don't want to do when they don't want to do it. High achievers do what they don't want to do when they don't want to do it. Put it on the back burner never helps. Just causes more anxiety. And you're like, why didn't I do that? Because if you're like me, whenever you go ahead and say, I don't feel like doing this, and you just do it, how do you feel after you do it? A weight lifting. Just do it. Get it done. Something that he said was failure is an event, not a person. So get up. We never fail. We just learn to succeed. That was my takeaway. Who wants to go next? Jess, Miranda, Crystal, John. Y'all pick.
I'm good.
Okay?
Well, I'm gonna start off with a question here. Who believes we are headed to a shift? Show of hands. Okay. What does that look like to you? What is a shift? What makes it a shift?
It looks like, to me, I can see, like, from all the emails I'm getting on that basis about that on the market, that our inventory is about to go up. And so that's what I'm seeing, like, there's like these homes, you know. Yeah. So that's the shift I'm looking forward to for the buyers.
All of
All right, so, and typically, well, the answer I was kind of looking for there was a lot of people were saying that the market's going to turn for the worse. Rates going to go up, price is going to drop. And to me, you know, we've got a 20% increase in home value over the last 2 years. That's a massive, that is a shift. So in my mind, it's always, the market is always moving somewhere or another. It's never truly static. We call it a shift whenever we expect hard times. So really, the key here is figuring out what those projections are, what people are afraid of. That's what's called the hard times. What are people afraid of? And if you can manage that, you can.
Yeah, you can solve a problem for somebody. So you
Amen.
can anticipate this
Thank you,
problem.
Jess. All right, who's next? Miranda.
I had two. The first one was, you can say yes to the person and no to the task right now. I know I deal with that a lot. I say yes to everything instead of time managing and saying no, I can do it a little bit later. It's not right now. And I feel like, some people will have that issue with clients as well.
Yeah, you, before you share your next one, to go along with that, like I agree with you, like as a realtor, you have to do the same thing. And I know you're like, oh, if I don't do this for this client right now, then I'm not gonna get the household. I get that. You've got to prioritize and you have to set boundaries to some extent, or you are going to run yourself ragged and you're going to burn out. Set healthy boundaries. Go ahead.
And then we also talked about analyzing who you're working with, because in health communication, I may communicate with Crystal a lot differently than I communicate with JoJo. And you just have to read that person and know how it goes back to the desk. Different personalities, go communicate with them differently, and just analyze them, learn, and.
Is everybody familiar with this? Most people? If you're not, it's okay. I won't share my story. Okay, but I'm gonna wait till the end. Thank you. All right, who's next? Crystal or John?
So being in, different forms of leadership, I've sat in on multiple, like, D&I, diversity inclusion type of presentations. And this one is a little bit different. I even had to go get certified when I worked with Centos, so I went in Ohio and had like the whole week long thing. But I think I got so much more from the one that she's actually the director of that's the D&I. I think she changed the name of it or something like that. But so just kind of looking at the perspective that diversity, the very first thing that people think of is like someone said they're gonna have a D&I class. It's like it's uncomfortable for a lot of people, and a lot of times people automatically think diversity is just race, but it's so much more than that. It could be political views, it could be religion, it could be height, it could be age. There's so many different things that makes everyone unique. I remember, even though Benita's left, when I first met Benita, I mean, I saw Benita and I could not necessarily relate to Benita just in her form. But as I began to talk with Benita, like, she is cooler than anything. Like, I'm just like, oh my God, I love her. But but if I would have just judged off of the first, initial meeting, or just me seeing her with her doing absolutely nothing, then I would have lost out. Prime example, Wendy. Whenever I first met Wendy, I wouldn't know them like 2 weeks later, we going into about done writing shit all day. You know what I'm saying? But it's just different things like that. Just, making assumptions about people. She put some photos on the screen of the same person, right? One he had on like this guy he on activity or whatever the case may be, and then you automatically go, ooh, like he may be a bad person. Yeah. And the next picture over, he was in a suit, and he was just like any other business person that you would have met, but you felt more comfortable on the right than you did on the left. And it's just like, well, and when we're going in to try to explain, why we felt the way that we did about the person, the whole room's like, well, because they're not smiling. And she lets out and says, well, a lot of y'all not smiling right now either. So how people are seeing you, right? Yeah. So it was really, really eye-opening, and it was a really good training. It was really
Jonathan?
All right. So mine was really more focused on getting back to the basics and market fundamentals, all fun stuff like that. And something that we didn't really cover there, but kind of relates to it, because I've seen it happen in this market center. So show of hands, who right now works on like OpCity or some, the the basically free speed delete. Kind of. Have you guys noticed the slowdown in that lately? Pretty bad, huh?
Oh, it's like.
Precipitous.
Yeah. Why do you think that is? Why are those? Why is it that those are the first ones that you see go away?
Many of those needs are low on the spectrum of credit score preparedness.
Yeah. It's those are that's the low hanging fruit, right? It's a lot of times they're tougher clients to work with, but they're the easier clients to get a hold of. So what you're seeing in that is, it's governed by the basics of the market, right? Quality clients, quality experiences. That was funny.
Make me feel a little better. I thought I said it just turned.
Oh,
No, all of you are seeing. Oh,
oh,
I don't get to be done. Okay.
oh, no, you don't.
Quick question first. I'm assuming everybody got the email yesterday. At least I hope everybody got the email.
Yes.
Cool.
I did.
Do y'all feel like you got any value out of there? Okay.
You wanna come up here?
Can.
Yeah, I can.
Actually, there's one thing I hadn't accounted for. What's on the second slide? I should do it.
It's got a little laser. Oh, it does have a little laser, but it's too low power. But anyway, okay, so does everybody understand what we're looking at here?
Yes.
As far as the graph goes, did anybody find anything they found interesting about it? Especially when we consider, well, it doesn't work. But when you consider things like days on market, I was honestly pretty surprised that we're at a 12-month low for days on market. Because your experiences out there are things are taking longer to close, things are taking longer to move. Well, across the Dothan MLS, that's just not true. Now it may become true relatively soon. But basically the biggest takeaway from this is that we want to try to, so the average client doesn't want to see this chart. The average client doesn't want to get like a symposium on why the market condition is, or why the market conditions are the way they are. But what they do want to hear is that things are okay. What they do want to hear is that this is not, it's going to work out. It's going to be fine. So in that email we talked about, I had some points folded there. Those are really designed to be objection handlers, right? If you're dealing with investor clients right now, well, median rents only increased every year since ever, right now. And these rent rates are going to relatively stick for a while. So that's moving the cap rate on a lot of these homes. When we talk about inventory for buyers right now, well, obviously the closer we get to a buyer's market, the easier things get for buyers. On the seller side of it, the average person has been in their home in this area, well, nationwide, really, for about 1.5 years, 2 years. But now over 90% of homeowners have been where they are around 1.5 years. You look at appreciation, I think Jess said it earlier, we're up 20% year over year.
Oh, about past 2 years, we're at 20 to 25.
Yeah. So what kind of equity position do you think most of your sellers are in? Exactly. That is contributing to the fact that as of right now across the U.S., Americans have never been in a stronger equity position as a whole ever in the history of this country. Americans have never owned homes or owned equity in their homes at as high a rate as they own today. So for those who are looking to downsize, there's a massive cash out position that's possible. Especially those who are getting older. And ironically, those are, well, fortuitously, those are also the ones that generally have the strongest equity positions in their homes. For those who are, looking to potentially move up, well, now is a great time. But as we can see, there are some trends here. We are seeing ads, so our new units listed are outpacing our closed units. Some of this is seasonal. If you've noticed, we go in here to winter, and you see, why aren't people, we're seeing way lower listings in November, December. A lot of that is seasonal. That's just, nobody wants to move at Christmas. Nobody wants to pack up and sell their house. We have that big rebound. Then we're kind of getting back to more. The interesting thing about this is if I go back and look like annually, like 3-4 years back, this rough pattern is pretty common for a normal market. That's a 2018 market. That's a 2019 market. If you drop the anomalies that were 2020, 2021, this is a pretty healthy stretch. So whenever we talk about dealing with objections and kind of managing expectations for our clients, be they buyers or sellers, we are still on track for a nice steady increase over what our if you chop 2020 and 2021 out and look at it, same trajectory. We just don't have that anomaly. We can look, I'll do this thing. Average list price versus sold price. I still don't know what that's about. I have not figured that out yet. But so if we're looking at where prices are, obviously this your sold prices is heavily influenced by what direction the lists are pulling. The lists are always going to pull. Obviously, we had a little bit of a disagreement there for a while. I don't know. Does anybody want to get? I'd love some insight. What happened in June? The average list price in June was over $405,000, and like stuff.
Something, there was an outlier that must
Yeah, had to have been.
That can't
People
be.
did know there was a house that was about a $400,000 house that got was $4.5 million.
Had to have been. But here's the thing.
That sounds
I
like,
did see that.
that sounds right.
The crazy thing about that. So that's the first thing I thought is like, oh, somebody dumped like a $2 million property on the market or something. But here's the thing. That's also the highest number of new listings in 12 months in that market. So it should average out. So that month had the most listings.
Well, and we don't have that many listings.
Yeah.
in total,
True.
relatively speaking.
True. We had
Agents were asking sellers how much they wanted for their house.
that's a big part of it. That's a big part
Yeah, I
of
mean,
it.
there was an overreach with a lot of sellers during that time on pricing.
And if I may, because I noticed that's something I've been saying for a couple months now, that we're starting to see your sold prices are way below list prices. And I took that as the appraisals aren't coming back. When I saw it, I was like, oh no, people just went crazy what they were asking. Like, because our actual sold line is relative to this
Well,
stat.
I think people were watching the news, national news,
True.
and looking at, houses selling for $100,000 more than the asking price somewhere nowhere near here.
Yeah.
And then something cool.
But
Yeah.
that's not our market.
And that's the value of kind of like trying to run data over long periods of time. I just gave you guys a year. I actually looked at like 3 or 4 years, just because you do see spikes like that, and that in broad terms of data, that spike means absolutely nothing. That spike's just a weird anomaly. But for a brief bit of time, we actually the list price in Dothan, Alabama was higher than the national average, which is the only time my knowledge that's ever happened. But the biggest thing to take away from this is, your list prices, like listings are optimistic. They're always going to have some form of upward pressure on sale prices, right? Makes sense. Whether or not that wins out over other market forces forcing the price down depends on the market conditions. But as of right now, when we look at the rough tracking, and then when we go back and we look at where we are in our lines, obviously, I'm going to guess with our gigantic spike in list price, you're probably going to see a big uptick in withdrawals at some point, because there has to be some stuff out there that's either this drastically overpriced is probably going to get pulled down or reevaluated or price cut. Although in this market, how many of you guys are actually doing price cuts versus just taking the listing out and putting it up a bit later? Like,
Which one? Price.
price improvements. But anyway, the big takeaway from this, though, with this, with the parity that we're getting on this, is just the market trying to figure itself out, right? The gulf between those two numbers is not really an indicator of anything other than right now, the orange line is where consumer sentiment is. The yellow line is where reality is.
Can I add something?
Yeah, go. We're in this market, it's been around the market for years, we're back to 2018 market.
Mhm.
To where if you come time for school, who buys most houses? Females, women. The husband doesn't care about the house, all he wants is the barn out.
The land.
So moms are getting their kids ready for school, so we have a dip. After school gets started, it'll pick back up. Then you'll see when, and this is the craziest, when a peanut festival comes, it dies. It goes- It's nuts. But it has done it every year. So you'll see another dip. Peanut festival gets going, people get their money situation fixed or not fixed or whatever, and then they start buying. So it's just the nature of the market, man. Been that way for years, that was living.
When I worked at Servpro, the Fire and Water Restoration Cleanup Company, Peanut Festival will roll around, no calls, because nobody had the money to even like pay their deductible or do whatever.
Yeah, we're done.
To fix whatever was falling down or floods and whatever, they have money.
Circus in town, we're done doing business. It shuts down. Point out,
It's terrible.
To put a point on what you said, though, Jim, that absolutely, like I said, I went back and looked at a few years, and I'll send some stuff out, some comparative stuff here this week sometime, where, you said we're back to 2018. We are, that is so incredibly true. If you look at it, we're at like we're on like a 3.5% annualized climb from 2018. If you just chopped out 20 and 21 and plotted a graph, we're on like a 3.5, historic climb from
go back
19.
to your slide before. You see that dip right there in April, May? That's vacation.
Mhm.
We're going on vacation. It
Yeah.
happens every year.
Absolutely.
Every year. You chop, like you said, 2021 out, it'll be just like it was.
Mhm.
So you can utilize this on your vacation.
Yeah, we're gonna meet time.
Yeah.
Time to take off when the fish ain't biting.
So it's not just you that's not getting anything. It's the market.
Yeah.
So don't beat yourself up. Oh, I'm not working hard enough. I'm not doing it. Have confidence in yourself to know that, hey, let's plan on what's on down the road.
And have that conversation with your clients, because right now, because everything is so sketchy, they automatically, oh, well, the market is dropping out. I'm like, girl, no, honey, it's peanut fest. Don't worry about it.
So real quick too, it's a good point. Aside from all of this, when I was also, doing some data collection, this is more of a Keller Williams pitch than a market pitch, but it's also a little bit of a whiff them in there for you. Whenever I looked at single agency versus like co-op deals, right? Which way do you think the market skews? You think the market does more double-sided like co-op deals, or it does more single agency deals? Yeah, it's about 65-35 single agency deals. So what does that mean for us with 93 agents? Whenever this buyer pool does begin to shrink, what does that mean for us as agents? We're going to be getting more of the lion's share by through the and so, I mean, and I know, look, it's what did I say? It's what, 30%? It's like a 30% delta on that. Well, 30% of the homes, 30% of homes that got sold last month, let's see, we were at 125. So that's what? 30, like 40, 35, 36. Yeah. So, 36 out of the 125 homes go more towards this side. So, yeah. That's my time.
Does anybody have anything else? Announcements? Anything you want to share? Who has done all of their CE so far? Okay, is anybody not sure if they have to take CE this year? When did you get your license?
Last year.
Of 2021?
You gotta
You gotta take them.
Yeah. I should look.
Yeah, if you like, if you go to the Alabama Real Estate Commission website, if you don't remember your login or whatever, you can still search the agent's name. You can search anybody and it will show you if you happen to have them or not. Yes. Yes.
So since, you know, we're such, you know, a large, you know, office, and we have an instructor. I think that, our instructor, broker, say, Big Daddy should teach continuing education in our office. And I think that it will also help with profit share and, you know, getting more agents as well. And, I think it'll be great. Amen. So Timothy, if we could teach some continuing education, but I got 15 hours, I need, amen.
Problem with that is you have a plan ahead of time, and you have to send it to the state, get the state to approve it. Then they send it back and then you got it.
Oh, that's fine, we should start making the steps.
Right. We're out of time.
We're talking about next year. Yeah, we're talking about next time, we're ready.
Okay, what's the plan for next time?
Oh, praise God.
Anybody got anything?
Everything's fixing to change as far as the state is concerned.
So is there anything that we can do, internet-based as a market center?
For continuing education. Oh, yeah, they have the classes online.
I know that would be not just.
Oh.
Best option on the word, buy one package in the CE shop. $110, they got 12 minutes everything you need.
And the association, they also do some too. That's when you took all yours, Miss Louie. I took 6 hours, or was it 2 months ago, maybe? And then I'm gonna take the next one, let me see, I think it's actually
I
on
don't think
here.
don't be like me, I took all my CEs and looked at it, like, why haven't I renewed? Did you pay the board or did you pay AREC? Well, no, I didn't pay AREC, I paid for the CE. Now you gotta pay AREC $180 or they'll renew.
Does anybody look at this?
Sometimes
y'all
it's
never
been on
open it?
the board in the hallway.
There's a lot of good information in here. Okay, so
So I'm good.
Okay, go back. So whenever I paid my AREC, they told me the same thing. It says you have no whatever, and then I went back and put it in there the next day after they processed it. And it was like, you're missing, just go back and log.
You gotta do that before when?
September 30th.
Yeah, so you had to pay by August, and then you have to do the thing back in September, end of August, no. End of
Although I
August.
just did this year, my.
They don't care about that. Is
I
every
thought
2 years.
if you did that, you didn't have to do it first time.
If you
Got
came in on an even year,
renewal year.
if you came in on an even year, until 2 years later, but if you come in on an odd year, you'll bury the next even year.
Yeah, but it'll tell you, just go back in and log in, you'll see it. I was like, yeah, I got 15. I got 0.
One of the
And no
next
seat
ones
time
that,
for Alabama. No seat time for Alabama, keep that in mind.
one of the next ones that the association is putting on is continuing education, real estate safety and self-defense. I'm gonna go to that one. It's 3 hours.
Cobra Kai, sweep the leg.
And then the same day, she's doing one from 1 to 4, active self-defense. That's 3 more hours. So I'm gonna do those 6. And then they also have one in enterprise.
Just, is there no fee?
That's the second class. The first one you do 3 hours.
Oh, no, thank you. I won't be taking that one. Thank you so much.
I'm dead.
And then there's also one in enterprise. 3 CE credit hours, property management. And you have to have these by September the 30th. Some people like to do them online. Some people like to do them in person. It's just whatever your preference is, but you gotta have them by September 30th.
So do I have to if I'm doing already?
You got yours this year, right?
Yes.
You're fine.
Yeah, I wonder.
You won't do yours until 2020. I got mine in 2020 and I was like, oh, thank you, Lord. Now I gotta take them this year. All right. Any questions? Anything else? Y'all good? Happy Tuesday. Thank y'all for coming. Think about your store and your number and your mindset and your actions and your business and your life. You're down in the dumpies about your business and your life. Come to my office and we'll try together.
Harry.